begin, I invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Atiku's first foray into politics was in the early 1980s, when he worked behind the scenes on the governorship campaign of Alhaji Babangida Tukur. He later met Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, who'd been second in command of the military government of Olusegun Obasanjo that ruled Nigeria between 1976 to 1979. In 1989, Atiku Abubakar won a seat at the Constituent Assembly, set up to decide a new constitution for Nigeria on the platform of the Social Democratic Party, SDP. Atiku won the SDP primaries for governorship in 1990. But the following year, the federal government of Nigeria disqualified him from contesting. In 1998, Atiku launched a second governorship bid for Adamawa State on the platform of the PDP. He won the December 1998 elections, but before he could be sworn in as governor, he was chosen by Chief Olusegun Obasanjo as the vice presidential candidate. He was sworn in as Vice President of Nigeria, May 29, 1999. As Vice President, he was at the forefront of the economic policies of President Olusegun Obasanjo. He engineered the privatization process, which culminated in the unbundling of some federal government parastatals, notably NITEL, the Nigeria Telecommunications Limited. Atiku supervised the connections of over 100 million Nigerians in the Global System for Mobile Communications (GSM) platform. Also under his watch, as chair of the Nigeria Economic Council, he embarked on policies which boosted the country's gross domestic product, GDP. Under his watch, EFCC, ICPC, the BPE were all founded. But during the second term, he engaged in a bitter quarrel with his boss, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, over alleged third-term bid, but that was stopped by the National Assembly. The relationship was so bad that at a forum in Lagos, Atiku described the leadership then as a reflection of the man at the top. In his own words, if the head is rotten, what do you expect of the body? Obasanjo fought back, describing Atiku in very unprintable words. In his second book entitled My Watch, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo wrote of his former deputy, describing his propensity, according to him, for corruption, his tendency to disloyalty, his inability to say and stick to the truth at all times, his propensity for poor judgment, his lack of transparency, his trust for money to buy his way out on all issues, giving him, according to Chief Obasanjo, a tainted image. Relying on this book, a question was asked Atiku Abubakar at a town hall meeting organized by a national television channel. And here is that conversation.
I'm directing my question to Atiku Abubakar, and it's regarding employment and job creation, because that's what you keep mentioning. And as a successful businessman, I'll put it this way: I'm an applicant applying to work in your successful company, and after passing through some processes, your HR department, that's the human resource department, asked me to provide a referee from my previous place of work to enable me secure the job. And I have something to say. This is the response of my employer, whom I've worked with for the past 8 years. And this is what he has to say. And I quote: his propensity to corruption, his tendency to disloyalty, his inability to say and stick to the truth all the time, his propensity for poor judgment, his belief and reliance on marabout, his lack of transparency, his trust in money to buy his way on all issues, and his readiness to sacrifice morality, integrity, propriety, truth, national interest for self and selfish interest. My question is, if my previous employee forward this reference to you, will you employ me?
You must know that nobody has been investigated by Obasanjo more than myself. If Obasanjo did not find me guilty of any done.
Did he lie about you?
I'm not here to say that.
On several occasions, Atiku asked his former boss for forgiveness. But very instructive was his visit to Ota in Ogun State, in company of some notable Nigerians. He also undertook another journey, this time to Abeokuta.
This visit is a historic one for both of us, for this country. Because, as I have said last Sunday, I paid tribute to him because I couldn't have been what I am today without his wise counsel, without his picking me as his vice president for 8 years, and without the training that I got from his knowledge and his leadership. I believe the time has come for all of us to work together, to unite and work together, so that this country can be repositioned on the path of unity, growth, and prosperity. My former vice president and, as I said, president to be, has shown remorse, has offered apologies, has asked for forgiveness, and I said, in the circumstances we are in, forgiveness is of God. If I, as a human being, on daily basis ask for forgiveness of God, whatever might have been done to me inadvertently or advertently, I should forgive.
And recently, former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo publicly announced during an event at Island Club in Lagos that Atiku's sins are forgiven.
President Atiku Abubakar, whatever you might have done against me in the past, you are totally forgiven. That is the instruction. Atiku never claimed to be a saint. Have you ever claimed to be a saint? I never describe him as such. I will never describe any human being alive, let alone calling him a Messiah. As far as my knowledge of Atiku is concerned, I stand firmly by them because they are, to the best of my knowledge, very true. Atiku has done three things which are absolutely imperative for a leader to be followed and to be believed. First, a leader must know who he is and present himself as he is, a human being in blood and flesh, and susceptible to human mistakes and human frailties. Don't cover up with sanctimonious veneer of bogus integrity. Incorruptibility, when you have corruption on your nose. Uprightness, when everything around you is crooked. Goodness and false figures and statistics, all of which are
local primary of the PDP, Atiku dramatically emerged as the party's candidate for the presidential election, beating the likes of Dr. Bukola Saraki, who is now the Director General of his campaign council, Yakubu Dogara, Aminu Tambuwal, amongst others. This will be Atiku's fourth try at the presidency, but his third time on the ballot.
We are coming with a man that has been tested, a man that has been tried, a man that has been all the troubles in this world. He has passed through the storm.
We will take Southeast, South. We will take North Central, right? There will be Southwest will be split. Now the Northeast will be split.
I want to say that in the Northwest, namely Kebbi, Zamfara, Sokoto, Kano, Jigawa, and Kaduna, Atiku will defeat Buhari 60 to 40% on the minimum.
In Atiku Abubakar, we clearly have a better person. We clearly have a person who has better exposure to all the facets of this country. We probably have somebody who is very much at home everywhere, in the East, in the North, in the Southwest. So when you are looking for somebody who has that kind of exposure, I have not seen any better person than Atiku Abubakar. And when you look at the challenge that we have as a country today, I guess, all reasonable people think that it's time for an Atiku Abubakar to run.
Recently, the Apex Igbo Social Cultural Organization, or Aneze Indigo, the Northern Elders Forum, Pan Niger Delta Forum, and the Middle Belt Forum, in what looks like a consensus decision, endorsed Alhaji Atiku Abubakar for president. Members of the opposition are against Atiku's candidacy for his alleged involvement in an international bribery scandal, along with William Jefferson and one of Atiku Abubakar's wives, Jennifer. For this, the opposition claimed that he is banned from traveling to the United States. But he put paid to that in a recent visit to Washington.
Actually, the APC's campaign does not bother me. What bothers me is what I want to re-establish our bilateral relationship with the United States so that we can get United States investments back into the country to create the jobs, to create prosperity for our people. That is more important for me.
The ruling party, the All Progressives Congress, APC, will easily remind everyone that Atiku is corrupt.
When you hear Atiku saying, I will privatize NNPC, even if they will kill me, I don't know why he needed to add that one. Who will kill him? I'm not sure how many Nigerians have money to buy NNPC. He's speaking to his Western audience. When he says he will float the Naira, you know whose language, whose value is parroting. Those are IMF agenda. Float the Naira. So if in Atiku's word, floating Naira means 1,000 Naira to $1, so be it. You think that he doesn't know what he's talking? Of course, there are countries, if they have their way, they want Nigeria to remain perpetually underdeveloped. Atiku has been in government, and he was a party to many decisions. He presided over privatization of many enterprises. He was involved in many pronouncements. He was one vice president who was so ambitious that he had to challenge his own president and deny him the right to do second term. So his face is well known. His commitment to business and his conservative credentials are very clear. He doesn't lay pretense to the welfare purpose of government. He doesn't. And look at his language. He says, I will enrich my friends. I would have thought a smart president would say, I will enrich Nigeria, I will make Nigerians less poor. But don't forget that the resources of nation states are limited. That's why the economy talk about scarce resources. So the more you enrich your few friends, the less that will naturally be available for the rest of Nigeria. Committed to privatizing NNPC, I said it.
swear, even if they are going to kill me, I will do it. And I'm also not going to enrich members of my family, but my friends. Are my friends not entitled to be enriched? As long as there is no element of corruption there.
What you currently have now is you see where the president candidate of PDP, you see that he has no apology that his friends are rich, and it doesn't matter how they make the money. If the money is made from the funds of the general mass of the public of the country, he doesn't give a damn. Who do you give a damn? We want about this, we want about their education, we want about their health, we want about power that create industries and create jobs. That's what we want about.
If elected president, Atiku promises to provide jobs for the youth and women, strengthen local and community policing, restructure Nigeria, revive the economy by attracting investment, support 50 million small and medium-scale enterprises for the purpose of doubling the size of Nigeria's gross domestic product to $900 billion by 2025. He also pledges to improve on security and deal a final blow to Boko Haram.
I will not be seeking this nomination if our country is working. I am very sad that 11 million Nigerians have become